Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Derek Wolfe showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
They get 8 yards back there, and they could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Trubisky looking deep for Gabriel, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So the Broncos coming out now. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsay. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
2nd and 10 now from the 27. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see 1st downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it. And some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
Here comes Cohen. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bears take over. Bears coming back out here on offense at 0-1 after the Week 1 loss, Charles, to Green Bay. That low-scoring affair. It was the 199th meeting all-time between those two storied franchises. And look, it was a night where they were actually honoring the 85 Bears. The defense held up, but the offense was non-existent.
They just could never get anything going. I think Green Bay played better on defense than maybe what was expected. But they just didn't make the plays that were necessary. And you're right, the 85 Bears, they will always be celebrated in the Windy City. But the offense, okay, here's an example. Their offensive drives, punt, field goal, punt, 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 turnover on downs, punt, interception, turnover on downs. Not the way to get the season started. That's got to change in a hurry for Chicago.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Trubisky now to throw on third down. Finding Gabriel complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Trubisky. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Flacco off play action. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 24, Flacco looking sideline, incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action, Flacco. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Passing play, Flacco, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
No room to be had there on the first down run, as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow, he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
Yeah, if you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. He'll buy some time right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
He'll have a first down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now a play fake here on first down. Derek Wolfe able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Switch.
Trubisky will throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. The Bears on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 score line as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Mike, man, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And that's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
The throw taken in by Hamilton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Flacco will take to the air again. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And again, it's Flacco to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? And it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Flacco from the gun. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They come out here in the eye. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Flacco leaves to Lindsay on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Pretty hard, Jeff, wait. Lock it in. Here we go, D. All day, D.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Flacco now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Flacco on the give to Lindsay. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Carry over from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do, you're asking for a lot more hits on your QB. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On first down, Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And Chubb is in for a Denver touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
They go play action here on first down. And got his man complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, 76 yards. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7.
Broncos 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Airing it out for Hamilton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Flacco. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack there by Roquan Smith. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. It's Davis on the counter. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Now it's Trubisky. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Oh, let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D. That's what I'm talking about.
Loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long.
You better be afraid of me.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. The former Bronco, Danny Trevathan. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. The Bears in good field position to start out, 1st and 10. A 1st down carry for Davis. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsay. Looking deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, Couldn't even find his outlet, man, because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Slam.
Trubisky now off the bootleg. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Von Miller getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And the pressure gets to him again. Von Miller, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. Flacco and the Broncos now down 10-7, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
I'm coming.
Now Flacco. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lindsay. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
1st down now, but that clock rolling.
My 52. Here we go.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Pressure mounting. Flacco. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This one complete to the running back, Lindsay. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Check 59.
He's back to throw. It fights him off. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
We won it.
Flacco. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
On third down, here's Lindsay. Down right around the 25. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Flacco. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. First throw in overtime now for Trubisky. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Derek Wolfe able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Trubisky to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 50-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, They'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.